Hey everyone, it's Jerry Robert. Thank you so much for being with us. I'm the author of The Millionaire Mindset. Publish your book and grow rich, multiply your business, conquer. I could just go on. Lots of books, millions and millions of dollars being raised through using a book as a marketing tool, as an income booster. I've taught over 3 million people. I've been on programs with people like Tony Robbins, Richard Branson, Robert Kiyosaki, Harv Eker, all the big speakers. I speak to tens of thousands of people at a time and over 3 million in the past 27 years. I'm the guy who helps people publish books and publishing them in an entrepreneurial fashion. I show people how to use a book to change their financial destiny, to change their business. And I am thrilled that you're here on video number 4. We've covered everything from the must factor. We've talked about the missing ingredients. We've shown you how to write a book in 40 hours. If you haven't seen the other 3 videos in this series, you want to make sure to get one. But this one particularly is so powerful. I've got something so phenomenal for you at the end of this video where you'll have an opportunity to decide whether maybe I'm the guy to help you get this book out. If you're responding to this 60-day challenge and you've come through the last 4 videos, you're motivated, you're excited. And I want to tell you, though, that this particular video may be painful. I'm going to show you what it takes to get your book out, as these people have who've attended my seminars. All of these books I have published in my publishing company, Black Card Books. And I want to read you something very quickly from Petra's book, Living on Purpose. At the end of her book, she has a chapter on if not you, who? And this particular quote is very relevant for this particular video. It says, there are 2 types of pain, one that hurts you and the other that changes you. This particular video may be painful to you. Now, I'm hoping to be honest with you and tell you the truth, but you may not want to hear it. And so I understand my motivation is I want you to experience what I experience. I go right around the world 5 or 6 times every year. I earn tens of millions. Do you hear what I'm saying? Tens of millions of dollars I bring in every year from the stage. And I went from poverty, like we were on welfare. My family grew up in Ontario housing, government. My parents couldn't even provide the basics of life, like food and shelter, without government assistance. I've been able to change people's lives all over the world. 3 million people. I'm on stages with people all the time, like Tony Robbins. I was just with him in Australia and in England, and I'm going next month to Denver with him. I'm going to be with him in Phoenix. I've just spoken in India with Robert Kiyosaki, and I was in Australia a few months back with Richard Branson and Harv Eker and all the biggest 5,000, 10,000 people at a time. I've had somebody, one particular guy that I know of, my book literally saved his life. Everything was set up in his garage to commit suicide until he read my book. I've been able to change people's marriages and their businesses and their income and their self-esteem. And so I implore you to listen carefully to this video. And then at the end of this video, I'm going to talk to you about something that's going to cause you to take some action. I hope to give you some action, some impetus to maybe let me help you. Yeah, I'm going to try and sell you something. I'm going to show you something that is, been very helpful to help other people. But what I'm about to say in the first part, you may not like. And I say that because I want you to change. And sometimes you need to hear the truth. In these 4 videos that I've been going through, I'm trying to give you the impetus to get your book done in 60 days, the paradigm of completion. If you haven't seen video, when you want to watch and find out the one tool that'll get you to have this book done, video number 2, we covered the must factor. What is the 4 tools that you need to get this thing done? And then I showed you in the last video how to get the book written in 40 hours. But this video is using the power of others to get your book published. And it's a syndrome. I call it the accountability syndrome. You need to be held accountable for your actions and your inaction. And that's what I want to do. And I start off by telling you a story of what happened to me when I met my mentor's mentor. And if you remember the story, if you have heard the story, but I was challenged by my mentor, my financial mentor. He told me that I could make in 1 month what I used to make in 1 year. I was earning about $100,000 a year at that time, and he told me that I could make that much in a month. I thought he was crazy. I didn't believe that I could do that. That had never entered my consciousness. And that's the good thing about a mentor, by the way. They help you think about things you never really thought about before. And that's what I want to do for you. I'm telling you, your life will be changed. Your business will be changed. Your impact will be changed. Your speaking will be changed. Your brand will be changed. Your status in the marketplace, your identity, your self-esteem, everything will be changed once you get your book. He told me that I could make in a month what I used to make in a year. I decided to go to his seminar. It cost me $7,500. That was US. That was a lot of money. I was completely broke. I could not afford it, but I decided I had to stop just thinking about changing my life. I had to do something. Do. You hear the word? Do something. Well, I couldn't afford it, but I went to that seminar. I borrowed the money to go on credit cards. And I go to that seminar because I realized that I had so often thought that you become successful just by learning, and I realized that I had to do something. And I go to this seminar. It was a week-long seminar, and the first speaker was this guy, Val Vanderwall. And Val comes on stage, and he was a big guy. He was very eccentric, a real weirdo, weirdest guy I've ever met. He's wearing fuchsia-colored coats. He was just way out there, and he prances on stage, you know. Now, we had all just spent $7,500 to go to this seminar, and he comes on and he's just looking around, looking at for like an uncomfortable 5 minutes, it seemed. And he just was looking at everybody right in the eye. And then he says this: "You're all idiots." Just like that. I mean, imagine starting a seminar by telling everybody that they're idiots. And I thought to myself, wow, I just paid $7,500 to hear that. He didn't learn that opening technique from Toastmasters, I'll tell you that. And he said, I don't mean to be disrespectful. When anybody says they don't mean to be disrespectful, they mean to be disrespectful. Anyway, he said, listen, all of you paid money, incredible amount of money to be here, and most of you won't do a damn thing with what you learned here. Oh my goodness. I thought to myself, well, that may be true of everybody else, but it's not true of me. I'm so tired of trying. I'm so tired of struggling. I'm so tired of striving so hard. I knew at some point it had to be my time. I knew at some point that I was destined for more than what I was achieving. I knew at some point I could be better, grow more, have better impact, make more money, have a better life. I knew that at some point it had to be my time, and I decided that now it was going to be my time. And this guy was going to help me, and I was going to change. And I was not leaving this seminar the same way I came. And I would hope that this video could do that for you. Now it's a short period of time, and it's not costing you $7,500. It should, because if you're willing to act on it, it'll change your destiny. He said, you're all idiots, and you won't do, most of you, the things you're paying us to teach you to do. And at that time, I thought to myself, he seems awfully harsh. But after now, that was 27 years ago. After all this time, the guy was right. I think back to when that happened, and the amount of people I know still today, this day, people I met at that seminar who've never achieved much. What was the difference between me and them? I was broke when I went, and today I'm financially independent. Today I never need to work another day as long as I live. Today I bring in tens of millions every year. I've got a company that might soon go public. Hundreds of millions I'll be worth. And I'm not telling you that to brag. I'm the guy who got kicked out of school when I was 15. I was the guy who went to that seminar broke. What's the difference between me and those other guys? I know a guy yesterday. I just saw a guy yesterday on Facebook, completely broke. Was at that same seminar. I said to myself, I'm going to listen to what this guy said. I got a mentor and I did what he said. That's what I want you to get from me. That's what I want to do for you, is be your mentor. But I'm not going to be your mentor if you're not going to take action. There's no way I can be your mentor if you're not willing to hear the truth. I'm not going to be your mentor if you're not willing to step out and do something different. I'm not going to be your mentor if you're not willing to follow advice. And so I would hope that this next few minutes, even though it's going to be a tough thing to hear, that you would keep an open mind, that you would decide that now is your time, that now you're finally going to make this book happen for yourself, that you've responded so far to these videos and you're going to move into action and you're following assignments and you're responding and you decided and you're going to make this thing happen. And if you are, then I'd like to mentor you. He said a few things to us that day that really stuck in my head. And I know a lot of this won't apply to you, but some of it may. He said most people here give lip service to wanting to go to the next level. They talk about it. Like you talk about your book. You've been talking about it, some of you for ages, some of you for years, some of you for decades, about getting this book done. When are you going to actually do it? When are you going to join the ranks of these people? Seriously, when are you going to be like these people and get your book done? See, they stopped talking about it. They got a mentor and did what he said, me. They now reap the benefits of having a book as a marketing tool, having a book as a way to separate themselves from everybody else who does what they do. They use this book to influence. This is Joken's book, who teaches seminars on how to invest in real estate for the non-professional investor. Dr. Bergen, who uses his book in his practice. Consultant Dr. Jose Cross uses her book in South Africa. I mean, there's just so many people. I want you to understand that if you're going to get this book, you got to give more than lip service to this. Thinking about it, talking about it doesn't do a damn thing. He also said that most people here require the approval of UUB people. And UUB stands for unhealthy, unhappy, and broke people. See, you may be waiting for somebody to give you approval to write this book. To hell with that. Give yourself permission. I give you permission right now. Do it. Listen, you don't need the approval of anyone. You don't need a PhD. You don't need any more money. You don't need any more experience. You don't need to learn English. You don't need to learn writing. You just need to decide to do it. You don't need anybody's approval. Give yourself approval, man. Learn to stand alone and be strong. He said that most people here will never follow advice. And this is where this may hurt you. But you've been listening to these tapes now, 4 of them. And my question to you is, have you followed advice? I've asked you, if you followed these 4 videos, I've asked you 4 times to email me. Have you done it? If you haven't done it, you got to ask yourself, when are you going to start following advice? This book isn't just going to happen by accident. It's not just going to fall out of your head. And if you haven't done what I've asked you to do so far, turn off the tape. You're not serious. If you're not serious, don't go on. See, education without application only leads to frustration. Stop frustrating yourself, man. Either fish or cut bait. Most people, he said, will never follow advice. And it's strange that people pay me money to follow advice and they don't, to learn my advice, and they don't follow it. The other thing he said is most people here will give up in a week or 2. Are you going to give up on this dream, on this goal? Well, if you put in the practice the things I've said so far, you're going to keep moving. It's not that difficult once you move. He said most people here use the BJE philosophy of life. That's blame, justify, and make excuses. See, you can say it's me, you can say it's time, you can say it's not the right time of year, you don't have enough knowledge, you don't have enough ideas, you don't know where to start, you're not good enough, your spelling is bad. You can use all kinds of excuses, but you're either going to be a BJE kind of person or you're going to be a doer. What's it going to be? Just imagine holding up your book in the next 60 to 90 days. And I'm telling you, you can do it, but not if you're full of excuses. He says most people here will attend to their gardens more than their mind. See, the problem is it's what's going on up here. I'm going to give you the tools, but if you don't overcome the paradigm that keeps you where you are, there's nothing I can do. The paradigm of allowing postponement, hassles, obstacles, challenges, opinions to stop you from something that'll change your life, you've got to overcome that. And so he laid out several different steps on how to become a good mentoree. You see, I'm willing to help you. I'm willing to help you, but you've got to take some action. And that's what I want for you today. Let me show you, because I've been in this business now for 27 years, almost 30 years doing this. And I've been mentored since I was 18. You see, when I was 18, I was on a path going to total destruction. All of my uncles, all of my cousins, my brother, my father, everybody was drug addicts, alcoholics, or criminals. My dad died at 54 from booze. 7 months later, my older brother died from drugs. I'm telling you, I was headed down the wrong path, and I understood the power of being mentored, and I got a spiritual mentor who completely changed my life. His name is Norm Sharkey, and he's still my mentor today, 37 years ago. And I'm telling you, the power of being mentored is the reason why I'm alive. And I want to be your mentor, but you need to have certain attributes. Let me tell you what the best mentorees are. So the best mentorees act. Now that's tough because most people don't act. They don't like to act. They would rather learn. They would rather contemplate. They'd rather think about. They'd rather postpone. I want people who are willing to act. And if I get somebody who like does what I say, holy smokes, I'm quick to help them more. I remembered this. I could go on to tell you lots of them. My CEO today, Jean-Guy Francoeur, I met him. I gave him a suggestion. He acted on it. Boom, just like that. I want to help him more. I could go on. All of the people that I currently mentor are people. They're not talkers. They walk the talk. And I want that for you. And so if you're willing to be a person of action, this book's going to happen for you. The other thing is the best mentorees don't argue. My mentor told me this. He said, I'll help you, but if you start arguing with me, I'm done. I haven't got time to argue. I bring in tens of millions of dollars a year, folks. I brought in over $100 million into my bank account and that of my partners, and I haven't even started yet. I think the next 5 years are going to be friggin' phenomenal. So I haven't got time to argue with you. I know my stuff works. Somebody said, what's your success rate? I said, shut up. What's yours? Listen, if you follow my advice, this book will happen and your life will change, but not if you argue. The other thing is the best mentorees learn to let things go. If you have tried something and it didn't work and you failed, instead of beating yourself up forever, just let it go. You may have an idea that you're holding on to and you hold it tight. Let it go. The people who respond best to advice of a good coach or a good mentor are those people who are able to learn which things to hold tightly and which things to let go. The next point is to give permission to create pain. You see, very frequently, I have said to my mentor, in fact, just last year, I went on a world trip with my spiritual mentor. Now, just keep this in mind. I travel all over the world. I'm the CEO of the fastest growing book publishing company on the planet right now based upon title acquisition. We have over 632 authors whose books we're publishing right now. I bring in tens of millions of dollars. I have a big, huge company, over 100 employees, or close to 100 employees who work for us full-time on my payroll. I knew I'd be spending 2 weeks with Norm. The first thing I said to him, Norm, if there's anything you see in me that you see as hampering my progress, I give you permission. Please tell me. Because, we all have blind spots. I had a big Mercedes one time and I was fascinated because it beeped when there was a car in my blind spot. I found that fascinating because I recognize that everybody has blind spots. And somebody else can see something that you can't see. You got to give your mentor permission. I wonder how many of you'd give me permission to kick your ass when you need it. Give people, your mentor, the power to create pain, and they're more willing to help you. The other thing is, remember to give energy, not suck energy. If you've ever come to one of my seminars or go to any seminar or watch, there's some people who come to the speaker and they suck energy away instead of give energy. And you give energy by doing. You give energy by saying and repeating the good things that have happened. You give feedback that things that they recommended works. Asking for more advice. Giving them permission to nail you when you need to be nailed. Give you permission to get things out of your way. Give energy to your mentor. Don't take it. And then this next point is to report progress. Send your mentor. You know how infrequently I get emails of people telling, I get a lot, and I live for those. I live for people to report the progress. Let your mentor know how you're progressing. Tell them the progression. You've just finished another chapter. Ask them for advice. Send that chapter to your Facebook people and ask them for feedback on your writing. Report progress. I think that helps everybody. And the last thing is proximity. Now, pay close attention to this one. Whenever my mentor was in town doing a seminar, I was always the first one there and the last one to leave. I would move boxes, set up chairs, do whatever I can, help with registration. I'd ask if I could introduce him. I would do the announcements. I would do whatever I can because I knew that just being close to my mentor, I would learn. More is caught than taught. Every chance you can, get close to your mentor, whether that's on a Skype call, a webinar, an actual event. If you can drive them to the airport, do whatever you can to stay close to the mentor. That's why I'm excited about this next thing I want to talk to you about. It's an opportunity for you and I to be closer. It's an opportunity for you to learn from me. It's an opportunity for you to go to the next level. It's an opportunity for you to stop talking about getting this book out and getting it done. Are you ready? Let me show you how I might be able to help you. Pay close attention. Grab a pen. I'm going to ask you to act. At the end of this next little bit, I'm going to give you a challenge. I'm going to give you a short time frame. And if you're not ready, you're not ready. But if you're serious, you will know what's coming. You will see the opportunity in front of you, and you're going to act. And you're going to act quickly. And if you do act quickly, I'm going to give you a reward. In fact, the last few seconds of this video, I'm going to do something absolutely incredible that I've never done before, that those of you who are smart, those of you who are willing to put into action those things you've learned in this tape, in these 4 video series, you'll recognize very quickly as a gift from me, from my heart to yours, saying, let's get this book done. All right, pay close attention to this. So what am I asking you to do? I'm asking you to attend my Publish a Book and Grow Rich bootcamp. I've got a seminar that'll blow your mind, seriously. This is an opportunity to spend a few days with me and one of my trainers. We have put tens of thousands of people through this seminar. There's nothing like it. Now, it's expensive. It cost almost $3,000. So just stay with me because I'm going to do something crazy at the end. I told you I'm going to do something absolutely unprecedented before. It'll blow your mind. And if you stay and watch to the end, this is only going to take a few minutes because I'm going to just describe to you the 5 modules that we cover. I'm going to give you a few bonuses, and then I'm going to do something crazy at the end. So let me tell you a little bit about this bootcamp. I mean, there's nothing quite like it. It's very practical, and it'll give you everything you need to publish your book and grow rich. So let's go through the agenda. It has 5 modules: plan it, write it, publish it, fund it, and move it. And the proof is in the pudding. I mean, these books that you see here, all of these books that I show all the time are people who came, every single one of them have come through our seminars. If you want to get your book done and stop talking about it and start thinking about it, and not just thinking about it, and you want to have what these people have, then you need to attend. And if you do, you'll love it. So let me cover the five modules very quickly. I'll show you what's there, and then you can decide whether you want to invest a few grand to do it. And then I'm going to give you several bonuses, and then I'm going to do something absolutely crazy to blow your mind at the very end. So first of all, module number 1, plan it. You got to get the right book. And so if you're not sure which book to write, some of you have more than one book to write to do. I'll show you how to get the fastest path to the biggest cash, especially if you've got issues around feeling qualified, not sure what to write about, what's best for you. That'll be over at the end of module number 1. Module number 2 is write it. Now, if you've been in this video series, you'll understand that I've done I've showed you our method on how to write a book in 40 hours. We're going to take more time, get more in depth, and actually get parts of it done right in the class. It's a phenomenal session on how to get your book blueprinted and written in a short period of time. Module number 3, one of the most exciting ones, and I haven't talked much about it, but it's how to fund it. It's how to make big money before you physically get your book. Many of the people who I hold up as examples have brought in thousands, sometimes tens of thousands of dollars before their book gets even written one word. And so here's Ranford Neal. Ranford is the author of a book who came to our class. He was able to raise a lot of money before his book. Listen to what he had to say about funding his book. He's from Singapore.
Hi, Jerry. Just want to thank you for what you have taught me during the boot camp in March this year. To give you an update on my progress, to date, I've raised more than 15,000 Singapore dollars in terms of sponsorships and pre-sold more than 600 books. Not 700, my mistake. But you know what the best part is? I've not even started working on my book yet. So what you really thought me is really amazing, and I'm still recovering from the state of shock, that I'm able to raise such an amount. I'm only a 22-year-old still in national service. But like what you always say, when you collect the money, you got to finish the book lah. So I'm working hard on it now. So I feel so excited for all the participants that will be attending your boot camp next week. They are definitely in for a treat. So hope to see you soon, Jerry. Bye.
Just to give you an example, if a 22-year-old kid from Singapore can get their book done and paid for by other people, don't tell me you can't. This is Jeffrey Grinnell from Vegas. Brought in over $20,000 within a matter of over less than an hour, using a concept of selling ads in the back of the book and partnering his book. This is Joken's book, funded by selling advertisements in the back of his book. We show you how to sell ads in the back of the book and get other people to pay for the costs associated with either joining my program or paying for the whole publishing costs. It's a very unique thing. You're going to love it, and you don't have to be an expert. You don't have to be a salesman. The system works like magic. He's received all kinds of publicity, this young guy, 22 years old, simply because he followed advice. Module 4 is Publish It. So it's all the issues around copyright and printing and plagiarism and how to get big name testimonials. I've received celebrity endorsements. You don't have to be an expert. You don't have to be well known. I was 24 years old. I was broke. I had no platform when all of these celebrities first endorsed my book 27 years ago. The last module is module 5. It's called Move It. It's what to do with the book once you get it. You'll understand that your focus has been wrong. You've been focused 90% on content and almost nothing on marketing. You're going to see that Jack Canfield from Chicken Soup for the Soul and others agree that it's this 90% content, 90% marketing and 10% content. So we spend the entire day on how to, the entire time, module 5, how to get the speaking engagements, how do you get publicity, what to do, what are campaigns that you could use to build out, how do you launch a book properly, all those things on how to capitalize on the work that you've done. Now I've got 2 bonuses. These seminars typically sell for $2,000 or $3,000 wherever I go. Sometimes in Europe they sell in pounds, 2,500 pounds or 2,500 euro. I've got 2 bonuses if you're willing to buy this today and step up and click on the link at the end of this and put your credit card and take action. One is we will design your book cover so that you have this available in a JPEG format to start promoting yourself and start cashing in on this, benefiting financially and otherwise before you write one word. This is critical, and you'll get this for free if you are willing to act right away. The other thing is the entire weekend boot camp has been filmed professionally, and you'll get access to the entire boot camp for future use. The home study course is the online version of it. You have unlimited access to it for review, for additional information. This is the second bonus that we give to you. It's 100% money back guarantee. And let me tell you, if I was to sell the boot camp individually, the bonuses, if I was to sell that individually, it could easily, I could easily get $4,000, $5,000 for it, but you can buy it for $2,499. Now I'm about to do something completely ridiculous, but I often ask a lot of people right now, if you get the entire boot camp, which is done in a 2 and a 2.5 day format, different places, different time frames, but essentially it's the same content. The modules, 5 modules, plus the bonuses, a cover design, access to the home study course. I say $2,499 is very much worth it. But then I ask you this question: who would want it for free? Would you? Hey, would you want it if I gave it to you for free? Seriously, I'm about to give it to you for free. Hold on a second. I'm not kidding. If you're willing to act and do 2 small things, I'll give you 2. I'll give you everything that I've mentioned for free, provided you fall within the requirements, which are 2 small requirements. Somebody says, "What's the catch?" There's no catch, but there is a requirement, 2 small requirements. If you're willing to follow these 2 requirements, I'll give you the entire boot camp for free. All right. So the whole boot camp, if the first requirement is, it costs money to put on these boot camps. The reality is, I got to pay for printing. It comes with a workbook. I got to pay for room. I got to fly a speaker, staff. I got to provide food for everybody. So I have one requirement. The first requirement is this, and that is you pay a $97 material handling fee. $97. That's it. And I do that for several different reasons. One is to help defray the cost, but the reality is, if it's free, you won't come. You won't take it seriously. Now, I'm giving you the tuition for free, but I want you to pay $97. And if you're not willing to spend $100, then don't come. Just turn off the tape at this point, because I want you to see that this is fair. And if you think it's fair for me to put on this whole boot camp for you, give you all this information, give you the 2 bonuses for $97 materials fee, if you think that that's free, then just agree with me that that's free. That's fair. And if you are, then you'll pay a one-time fee for $97. There's no extra cost. There's no hidden cost. There's nothing else. You get the entire boot camp, 5 modules, 2 bonuses for one fee of $97. Now, the other thing is, I'm going to do a couple of other bonuses to show you how serious I am, if you're willing to act right now. Now, if you're not willing to act right now, the link's going to expire and you won't get access to this. That is, you could bring a friend for free. That is, they don't even have to spend the $97 materials fee. That'll be for 2 of you. And one more bonus is you get 1 year unlimited email coaching for free. And isn't it something? You go to a seminar and you get a lot of information, and this seminar will blow your mind with practical content. You may need some help. How do you do this? Why is this not working? You get unlimited access to our email coaching program, customized specifically for you, unlimited for 1 whole year. Okay, and you'll get a link in a minute. They'll give you all the dates in all the cities. We do these all over the world, and you're able to come to any one of these anytime in any country. So, but if you can't come to one of those dates, you'll be able to come for a whole year. There'll be this offer is available for an entire year. So for one fee of $97 for materials, we're going to waive the $2,500 tuition. You get the boot camp, you get the link, you get the link to the home study course, you get 1 year of unlimited email coaching, you get the workbook, you get to bring a friend, no hidden cost, $97. So if you're here and you're saying, listen, I'm taking this challenge, jump into this. We'll give you access to the home study course, even though you might not come to the actual boot camp for a little while. You get access to the boot camp via the online course. You can start watching those videos and get benefit of this. But I want you to come to that class. It'll blow your mind. And to get all of this for $97, I want you to come. It's my way of saying I know that your time is now. And if you've responded to these 4 videos, you've taken the 60-day challenge, here's my way to help you get it done. And if you can't see that you're not worth $97, then don't come. And I wish you well. But if you are, you want to follow the link that's going to appear in a minute, or is on the screen now, either way, or respond to this email, or if you're seeing this on YouTube or you're seeing this on Facebook or somewhere, follow the action. Take action. Now is the time for action. And if you do that, then I know you will publish your book and you will grow rich. Hey, this is Jerry Robert. God bless you.